Well, the Beijing Olympic Games brought figure skating back to the world stage in February. You likely remember 15-year-old Kamila Valieva landing a quad jump before the doping scandal and emotional breakdown on the ice that followed. And now the International Skating Union is raising the minimum age limit for elite level competitions from 15 to 17. Tonight, Rachel Krause shares why the skating community says this change has been decades in the making.
On a hot summer day, Daisy Dorsett loves to hit the ice.
It's cold and then it just makes you feel amazing whenever you're skating.
At 13 years old, Dorsett has only been figure skating for a year, but her quick learning is already showing off on the ice.
I got first in the first competition.
Hopeful that after a few more years of training, she'll be ready for the Olympics.
Someday, I hope.
I believe her. She wants it. She wants to do it, and I'm here to help.
Her coach, Emma Baxter, is no stranger to the rink herself.
Because my mother is a coach, and since she worked here, as soon as I could walk, she would just put skates on my feet and have me skate while she worked.
Last week, the International Skating Union voted to increase the minimum age for senior figure skating championships from 15 years old up to 17. In her more than 3 decades being around the sport, Baxter says this decision will bring big changes for skaters.
You know, at 17, when you mature and grow, the physics behind, your body and the dynamics, if you are just a tiny little thing, in skating and your hips haven't really spurred out, you can rotate faster. You can spin faster, you can jump higher if you have that ability.
I think it was really wise of the International Skating Union to say 17 is where we need to be.
Angela Smith, past president of the American College of Sports Medicine and former world team physician for U.S. figure skating, says this is an important change for the sport and for women's health.
It's the right thing to do for women's mental health. It's the right thing to do for young women's physical health. It's the right thing, in my opinion, to do for the sport.
And the physical health side of this decision is huge. In order to stay slim and be able to land certain jumps, Smith says the sport has seen decades of reported eating disorders, with skaters starving to delay puberty until after their Olympic run.
And young women, they do gain hips, they do gain breasts. And so they no longer have that very tight, narrow, lean, skinny, frankly, body of the prepubertal girl that has made the athletes these days be able to do quad jumps even when they're female.
And the recommendation to increase the age isn't new. Smith says it was first brought up in the 90s. And while it's been a long road, taking a hard toll on young skaters to get to this point, she says it's important that the ISU implement this change.
So it's taken 30 years for this to come about. And thank goodness it has. And it's going up to 17, not just 16, because it's clear that 16 isn't high enough.
But what this will mean for young skaters vying to make it to that elite level in the coming years is still unclear.
I wonder how it will unfold, but it could be good. And, if you're ready at 15, you might be incredibly amazing by your 17th year, who knows. But I think it might maybe be a little bit more fair for the age difference.
Hitting the rink herself, Dorsett says she sees both sides, believing the ISU's decision could be both good and bad for the future of figure skating moving forward. But it's not changing her dream of making it to that Olympic ice down the road.
I mean, I'm 17 in 4 years anyways, so.
Well, that new 17-year-old age limit will be in place for the Milan Winter Olympics in 2026, but experts say it's unclear if the new increased age will mean an end for quad jumps in the female skating program or if athletes will find new ways to keep the skill going.